Wow, dude!
Welcome to another Jacob Wayne show. I am your Jacob Wayne, and with me is the one who is more afraid of you than you are of him, Kellen Gibbons. How you doing?
I like that. That's the most accurate introduction yet.
I just tried to. Sometimes I can't come up with one off the top of my head. I just have to stumble into one, but you know.
Call him the Rattler.
The Rattler. That reminds me of like this little joke from I don't even know if it counts as a joke, but it's from Bill Hicks. And he's just like talking about something else, but he just like stitched two jokes together. He's like, I am the Weaver. I don't know why, but that was just stuck in my head. So yeah, I'm really low energy. Like for some reason, my sleep's been all fucked up this week. So
damn.
I'm very tired and sleepy. So I'm sipping on coffee, hoping it kind of kicks me into high gear. I just woke up from a nap that I really needed. So that's where I'm at. How about you?
Word. I don't even have anything sipping on. I just got home. I just had a coffee while I was at a gig, so I'm all just
jacked up.
dry. Yep. Already got the beans flowing.
I'm jacked and dry. Yeah. So I guess that's the sipping it. Is there any other food things that have been going on for you?
Let's see. I think I might have already talked about it, but there's the Mexican food place in Smithfield, a little bit north of my house, and they have the California burrito. And I had that for lunch today, and that's just it's kind of like the lunchtime alternative to the breakfast burrito, steak breakfast burrito. Just has some pretty much the same stuff without the egg. There's like guacamole instead of egg, and it's awesome, very tasty.
Well, hell yeah. We have our buddy Quaid in town visiting. And so we've been doing the rounds of random restaurants in Fort Collins. We did the Lucille's this morning. We've talked about that before. But we did Nick's Italian. And I guess this is just one little food thing we could go over before jumping into the next segments or whatever. But all three of us got carbonara. And it was amazing and delicious. Do you know much about this dish?
Is that just like chicken and bacon and some other things that make it carbonara? Or?
Well, I guess that's the thing, is I know that some people get real specific about it. And it's bacon, but it's a particular kind of bacon. Like you asked for it, and I can't think of the name. That's what I was going to ask you, if you knew what that was. If you go to like an Italian or Mediterranean store and you ask for it, like whatever it is.
Is it like pancetta or one of those or something?
Something, but it's like a particular cut of what essentially is bacon, but it's like it's a lot more cubed, almost like you.
Yeah, I think that's pancetta.
But. All right, but apparently that's supposed to be the meat you use, and then just an egg, and then like that's not even really that cooked. You use the yolk of the egg and mix it all in there, and you're just using like the bacon grease and the egg to like kind of cover your noodles, and you're just more or less that's it. You put peas in there.
Ooh.
And I think there's some debate about people that like whether you throw in pesto too, or maybe it's not pesto, but like a sauce. And I've seen people that are like in cooking videos be like, you don't use sauce. just this egg and the bacon grease, and like that's it. But I don't know.
That's a sauce.
Yeah, well, that's why maybe people are confused. But yeah, anyway, that was super delicious there. So carbonara is like becoming probably one of my favorite Italian dishes.
That sounds good.
And I'd give a shout out to the cooking video I watched. It was shown to me by our buddy Neil, who it's just old Italian grandpa who does all the like recipes in his kitchen. He's like, oh yes, it's a good bacon. Oh, that's gonna taste so good.
Nice.
It's yeah,
that's fun.
Very lovable. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's all the food stuff I got. Oh, other than, can you see this?
Whoa. Bud Light.
This is from last night. A seltzer sour, which is the key.
How is it?
It's really good. Huh? I mean, it's right up my alley as far as stuff that I'm into. So like, I'm hoping for more sour seltzers. I also got a fruit smash or something like that, 8%. So that's starting to come out in the seltzer world beyond just White Claw.
Yeah.
Which, there needs to be more competition with those stronger ones because White Claw kind of charges a bit too much. But man, I'll tell you, I love the seltzers, but they don't get me drunk. So then I end up getting a thing of vodka, but then I have to be real particular with it because it's just like I have a little bit too much and then I just keep drinking it and then I had too much.
Yeah.
And so it's like the 8% ones, it's really easy to be like, it's a 3-can night or a 4-can night. And that's pretty easy to cut off. And
there you go.
That's what I'm hoping for. So 8% sour seltzers. And don't do like the mixed variety pack.
Just get one flavor right.
Yeah, one flavor. Like particularly grapefruit. That works really well.
Yeah, that's always been a good seltzer.
Mm-hmm. Because like the mixed berry ones, they can be good, but they get old. Like on can 3, you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just starts to have like a cough syrupy kind of vibe to it that I'm really not down with.
Yeah, that definitely happens with the berries. That happens in like juices and stuff too. Like kind of starts going that way for me. So
true.
Yeah.
Although I have become a fan of the beer mosa. I do love those.
Those are tasty.
Yeah.
And I know I noticed the brand of that. One of my favorites from that particular brewery. I have to go with the Bud Light Lime. If I had to, if somebody's like, you got to drink a Budweiser right now, I'd go with the BLL.
Yeah, I guess that's a quick thing. Out of all the domestic popular beers, so you can't even pick Montucky. Out of all those, it's PBR for you. What's after PBR?
If I had to pick one of the big 3, I like the Coors the most.
Colorado Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I like banquets.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd have to go with Coors too, out of like Budweiser and all that. Yep. Anyway, yeah, that's not as intriguing as I thought it would be. It's like not Pabst or Coors, maybe.
Yeah.
Anybody else who says like, "Oh, I'm a Tecate man," you're like, you're not allowed in my house anymore, sir.
I do grab the big cans of Tecate sometimes. I don't mind that one, but only when
I tried to get into Tecate for the sheer purpose of if I bring a 12-pack, nobody else will drink them. And so then it's like, I brought them, like, shit, I guess I just have to finish the whole thing. But
what about what's the other
Modelo?
One? Yeah.
I like pretty good with the lime.
Yeah.
But that's like starting to push a little classier.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Or the original Corona that comes in the big fat bottle, the Corona Familiar. That one's good. A little higher alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's kind of a random food thing that I just didn't think of. There's this spot in town called the Island Grill, and they got a pretty good burger deal. You get a free drink, like they pay for your first beer, and you get a burger.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. And then they got Odell's, so they get like a Sippin' Pretty for free. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we do music?
Well, let's do it.
China. She was abusive to the staff.
Yes. I will make this jug disappear.
What the hell is even that?
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit too long, but I still really enjoy it. So maybe I'll do a shorter version one day.
One day. Let the long, no radio cut for a while, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully you enjoy it at home, and that would be an opportunity for us to get our notes together if we had to.
Yeah.
But
everybody likes a good burp ding.
I think so. With that being said, there's not a lot on the music front for me except this new Primus track, which we can get into a little bit. There's a new Rammstein song called Zigzag, which is pretty great. And all I know from that is I was on their Reddit and somebody posted a picture of some titties from a music video for it. And they're like, how's YouTube going to feel about this? And I haven't watched the video yet, but I'm like, Rammstein titties in a video, I'm in. The song's pretty good though. And another new Vince Staples song, Ramona Park broke. Oh, well, what do you know? He dropped a whole album. I didn't even check this. See, that's what I like about the rap game these days, man. They just surprise you with an album. Didn't even know.
Yep.
Well, hell, that's going to be one that we're going to have to review.
There you go.
But yeah, new album, Ramona Park, Broke My Heart. All right. New track from The Smile. That's the Radiohead guys with their producer doing something else called Panavision. It's pretty good. And that's about all I got. You got any other music news, things going on in your world?
Oh man, I thought I saw one of the bands that released a new album, Wet Leg, but I think I'm thinking of the wrong band. I don't think that's the same band because I just got
Wet Leg.
They're a indie rock band from the Isle of Skye in the UK, I guess, and it might be the same band. I'd have to listen to it, but my buddy just showed me a band like something like that, Wet Leg, something kind of that weird kind of name. So I think it might be the same band. I have to do some more research, but they dropped a new album today. So whether or not it's good, we'll listen to it. If it's what I think it was like kind of like it was some cool like funky poppy rock stuff, but it was like the lyrics were really like weird. Like they were quoting like the Mean Girls or something about buttering your muffin, and all these like all these sexy songs using some euphemisms. Yeah.
Gotta butter the muffin, that's for sure.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah. No gigs that are important to shout out that you got coming up?
Well, the Logan Summerfest, I have officially got in that. I'm going to be playing there this year with 3 groups as of now. Maybe more will roll in, but
yeah,
it's not like that one year. I had like 8 one year.
That's ridiculous. You in charge of booking that, or like you kind of behind the scenes a little bit?
I was the year that COVID hit. I was actually on the board to help pick bands, and they did that because I am capable of helping people pick who should play and who should not, but also so I could be on the scheduling, so I could be like, no, I'm in that band, I can't be on 2 stages at once, because they have a hard time with that. So I am not this year, though. I have no involvement, no nepotism or rascalism, cronyism.
Just not into it.
Well, they didn't ask me. I would have done it.
Let me do a total segue just for a second.
Okay.
Did you happen to see a shadow go past my window right there? This is funny. So, okay, I haven't even mentioned it. I'm in my new studio, which is just my bedroom. I moved the computer from upstairs down to my room. So I've currently been job hunting for like some kind of remote work. Very lazily. I need to do it more. But yeah, like that way I can have the computer downstairs and not disturb my roommate if I need to work whenever. And just in general, we would cross talk each other on the microphone while we're gaming, and this will just overall be better. But anyway, the shadow that just went by my window, I'm in the downstairs basement. This is, my flags that I use as my curtain. Long live Taiwan. Shout out to Sweden, my ancestral homeland by 57%.
Woo.
But the shadow that just walked by was the mailman. Now, there's a little path that's been worn into our yard. And I get it, but it is kind of borderline, like kind of weird, because it's just easier for him to go from our neighbor's mailbox straight across to ours, which is right by our door. And yeah, it's just weird, because let's just say there's a couple times I'm in my room, I maybe like buttering the muffin.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, just mailman walking by. Yeah.
That's frightening.
It's a little, it's just always like, fuck, like be sitting there painting, and then it's like that scene from Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Well,
I guess not quite. He's not like eyeballing me.
Yeah.
But
I could see
maybe I want him to.
Come over here.
I'm buttering the muffin, baby.
I can imagine like some suburban dad getting really pissed off. Like, you're ruining my lawn. You're putting a path into my nice lawn. Get all mad at them for doing that.
And that's why millennials are better than you, boomers.
Yep.
Sorry.
We're getting rid of lawns as a concept.
The rage.
No, we shouldn't even have lawns in the first place.
I can't remember who I was talking to, but yeah, there was somebody who just started getting real pissed at that idea. I told him that the mailman does that. That's ridiculous. You should talk to him. I was like, why? Like, he's not peeking in. I've never gotten his attention. Yeah. Straightening the pigtail or buttering the muffin, anything I'm doing down here is like not watching.
Yeah.
And yeah, if he did peek in, like just kind of, boom, boom, I'd just be there like, hey, buddy, stroke, wave.
What's going on?
What's up? Like, it's not going to make me feel awkward, which it's like, hey, you're welcome. You got a nice shot there, didn't you?
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, people was like, I would have got my shotgun and gone out there and told him what they're it's just, you have never loved. You just like are an angry man. That's a man.
Yeah.
You don't want to meet the woman that talks like that.
No. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like written into law that the mailman is not trespassing or anything. You can't get mad at him for being on your property. I'm pretty sure it's like that's part of the thing.
It's just odd. But anyway, yeah. So maybe I'll yell if in the summer I can open up the window a little bit, and then I can shout at him and try to get him on the show.
Oh, there you
go. Yeah, little mini interview.
Hey, come on over here.
Because that is like the weird thing about the future. Have the window open and be like, "Hey, you're on a podcast. How's the weather?" It's like,
But he would be, no. The funny thing is, he would be ready. He would have a bit ready for it. He'd come over like, "Oh yeah,
well, let me tell you about it."
I'm doing an open mic this week.
That's weird. I'm on TikTok right now as you're interviewing me for your podcast. It's our podcast because this is the commie future you all dreamed of.
Yeah. Welcome.
Anyway, back to music. Let's do it again. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah. Gamma Paw has a show that should be coming up on the 24th, but it hasn't been officially announced. Ooh, and that has been bounced around before, so it's, I don't know. I think we're out of the COVID-ness and all that stuff, but yeah. I'm not going to say it's a for sure thing until I know for sure. But with that,
looks pretty good.
Yeah, it should be. I'm just ready to get rolling and play more shows because the last one went really well.
Nice.
And yeah, had a really good response. A lot of foot traffic, all kinds of stuff. Excuse me. So yeah, on to the next one. Let's get more. I got the hiccups kind of bad. Sorry about that. This is how you know we do it live. So the new Primus track, you have not heard it?
No, not yet.
All right. So I love Primus. I love Les Claypool. He's a huge influence on me. But no need to butter his muffin. I'm not into it like I used to be. And it's particularly a kind of approach he's taken. I think he mixes his own albums now or something like that. I'm not sure what's going on, but it has a very thin and dry mix on it. And I wish I could break it down a little further than that, but it's just Primus has become boring, which, it could be weird and wacky and odd, but it was never boring.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And yeah, I don't know what it is. It's maybe you can break it down. You know what I'm getting at here?
Well, I don't know about the boring thing. I haven't listened to it for that, but I definitely think the mixing has it's been like with me, I've been cleaning it up, I guess, really is what you'd call it, and taking out any of that extra edge. I felt like the cymbals on the drums and stuff were always really nice and got a good wash, So when he was like smashing that crash cymbal, it sounded like he was smashing the crash cymbal. Like, like not just like perfect crash every time. Like it was like that extra noise coming off it was there in the recording. I felt like there's just like a lot more of a floor of stuff in their old albums that makes part of their sound.
Well, and the other issue is that the guitar player is like barely there. I don't know if he goes off to like check his phone during parts of the song and just hits one note and just and just kind of waits for Les Claypool to do his thing.
Yeah.
I will say on this new one, he does have a moment to finally do a Primacy solo, which is nice.
Nice.
But it's like it's almost like too little too late kind of thing. And it's the same with the drummer. I love Tim Alexander. I was so annoyed that he rejoined the band, and then the next thing they did was the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory album.
Oh yeah.
And they just put him on Pots and Pans. I was like, this guy had some of the coolest rhythmic like tom works to be kind of specific. And you just take that all away, like the kick and the tom, and just put him on this goofy clinkety clankety shit, which I like the idea, but just it's kind of like Lars' snare idea.
Yeah.
Maybe for one song, it's like, that's an ugly, nasty sound. I get it. Saint Anger. It's it's like an angry sound. Oh, you're gonna do it the whole album?
God.
Fuck. It just, I don't know, man. But he does have like a moment where he almost starts to go off, and then he just brings it back down to like like just boring. And I only criticize them because I love them, and it's disappointing to see. It's still better than most popular things.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's an over 11 minute song, and So you said you talked to somebody who said, like, this is like the best thing they've done in a while or something like that.
Yep.
They might be referencing the lyrics, which the whole song is called Conspiranoia.
Yeah.
And it's just a criticism of absolutely everybody just losing their fucking minds and like chemtrails and lizard people and Jewish space lasers. And there's even a part in the music video that I think was done by his son, or at least partially worked on by his son, which is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Where they just have a giant scrolling list of all the conspiracies. Like just, the blah, 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 blah project or chemtrails in the sky. The moon landing was fake, and it's just and it just, they got one of their weird little primacy characters who's got like a weird monocle thing on and just like and the whole song is just like, yeah, don't have your mind be so open that it spills on the ground.
Yeah.
And so it is nice to have them call that shit out, because there is a lot of stupid, drugged out, goofy weirdos that go to Primus concerts.
Yeah.
That, they're innocent enough, so whatever. But like, yeah, it makes it hard to get into more of the psychedelic type rock bands, because the crowds are just like, I don't know where it happened, man. They used to be innocent kind of left-wing hippie types, and you're like, yeah, whatever. The government's lizards, sure, whatever. But this like aggression to like flow into the right wing and then believe all this stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that aggression was always there and just times are getting a little more tough, so it's just more noticeable that way. But yeah, anyway, when I go to the video and like the comments, it's just like one person said, I think Les forgot his main demographic is conspiracy theorists. Where's this other one? Man, he basically said, oh yeah, there we go. So cutting edge, another band singing big government talking points. How stunning and brave. Bravo. Like, it's big government talking points to say that the idea of lizard people and chemtrails and Jewish space lasers is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that's where we're at. And I mean, the whole comment section is littered with people like, this is the best thing Primus has ever done. And like, no, it isn't. Yeah. And then other people, they're like, fucking, if you do, they made an album called Anti-Pop, and this, like, there's pro-government pop now. And it's just like, oh my God. Like, did you ever listen to what Les Claypool sang about? Like, don't be a fucking idiot. Don't be a blind idiot that just like falls for shit.
Exactly.
Or like lacquerhead, yeah. Don't be huffing fumes and doing fucking stupid shit. Blue collar tweaker. Like
so many. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so it is weird and I think it was a good way of summing up how I feel as a US citizen today. Where I'm like, yeah, let's replace Primus with, it's just the government. Sure. And I think there's definitely a need for government, and we could nitpick all day the little finer points of it all, but I'm not an anarchist, I'm not libertarian, but I do tend to lean towards where you don't need government in your life, like cut it the fuck out. You really don't need that. Yeah. So it's some kind of a blend of things, but that's what's funny is we're just given the government we have now, so which was the Biden administration and our shitty Congress and a more and more bipartisan court, and somebody's like, imagine if somebody's like, this is the best our government's ever been. This is the best thing they've ever put out. You're like, I don't know. It's been pretty shitty for a while.
It's better than the last thing they put out, but yeah, it's not
this
great.
This is probably the best thing in a while, but I don't.
You remember MTV Spring Break though? Like, come on.
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ. Well, and then other people that are just like, oh, you're just gonna buy into the narrative, huh? You're like, well, yeah, you literally voted for a man farting on a snare drum. Like there's weird psychedelic rock, and then there's just flat out weird, like shitty.
Did you see the I Love Mike video?
I think this is the Runny Cat Diarrhea. Or
something.
Yeah. It's essentially the same point.
Yep, that cracked me up.
It's like, you don't like that we say I love Mike.
You hate this so much, and it's funny. It's like, no, I'm just annoyed that we're even in this situation, actually.
Yeah. Like, I would have preferred soda or water or any of these other drinks, but I'm, of course, going to vote for milk over Runny Cat Diarrhea.
And you could just say the thing. I mean, I know what the code means.
I don't really like milk. You just say you don't like milk. No, it drives you crazy.
You're so bad right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm getting there. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, new Primus. Good for them.
Indeed.
It's good that he's doing stuff. To sum that up, I will say that I want Tim Alexander to go be on another project and not be underneath Les Claypool. I really want him to have at least one more album to like just kind of let loose and be the drummer he can be. He played for A Perfect Circle on a couple songs on their first record. Something like that might be fun. And then Les Claypool, I want him to just start collaborating with people he hasn't collaborated with yet. I'd love another Oysterhead, but I don't know. Even that, it's like I want him to play with somebody who's going to push him out of his wheelhouse. And I don't think Sean Lennon does that with the Delirium. He's just like learning so much from Les Claypool that it just becomes another Les Claypool thing. But I don't know.
Yeah.
He is a large, daunting presence. So I understand how projects go his way.
Yep.
And I don't know. And then the Primus guitar player maybe could just retire or make an electronic album or something, because he doesn't seem like he gives a fuck about guitar anymore.
Hit up Yoko and to get some stuff going.
Hell yeah. All right. With that, any movie stuff? Have you watched anything new?
Oh shit, what did we watch? I did watch a movie, but now I can't remember what it was. I'll see if it comes back to me while you
well, I got nothing. I was going through that Best Pictures watching run to get ready for the Oscars, and the Oscars happened, and that happened. And so I've kind of been like, I just don't really feel like sitting and watching anything. Been trying to game a little bit more. I don't know.
What were you playing? I saw you playing something. Soul Calibur. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an older game, but I'm trying to find a fighting game that I can really like get into. And that one's pretty fun, but I don't know if it is gonna like really last. And I don't know. I'm having a hard time with finding a game to really get lost in right now. I like Ori a lot, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, but whenever I'm like, okay, it's that time of the day to sit down and play a game, I am not in the mood to like solve puzzles and like do all that shit. Like I'm just like, oh God, like, let me just kill shit or like build a house or collect or like go on a hunt and find a certain type of material. Like that I can do. It's a little more smoke a little, sip a little, listen to a podcast, like, and that's the thing. I try to hop in the chat with our friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't like chat playing Ori because I'm just like paying. I'm like, huh? Oh yeah.
Focusing in.
Yeah. So, and it's a little like that on fighting games too. Not as bad. You can get into a flow with that and just chit chat, but I don't know. Our buddy Neil is asking about, well, not just mentioning that I should check out the Ark game, something to do with dinosaurs or something or other. So I'm gonna check that out. And, I don't know.
I've thought about that one before. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I'm on that Valheim again.
Yeah. So how was it on your lonely?
It's like I said, I had a new appreciation for how much time you spent just gathering wood.
Yeah.
Like you need so much wood, it's insane.
Yeah.
I feel like I could get on there and just chop trees for like an hour in like real life straight, and it's like okay, gone,
Yeah.
already used, spent. But
No, yeah. That was probably definitely why when we were on the same server and you'd hop in and you could maybe only do like an hour or something. I was like, no, you're here. We should do this.
we gotta
I
do this.
finally have a second person. We need to get this shit done.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, it's still that is a game that's like oddly like it's really fun with other people and it's still really fun on your own.
Just for like what you said, like I could just I sometimes get in there and don't feel like doing anything, but like yeah, just like going and hunting for some deer and
Yeah,
maybe get
blueberries.
some ore, why not?
Sure. No, I'm excited for the updates, the new biomes and this and that on there.
Yeah, I'll be ready to do a big group server again. That'll be
Yeah.
fun.
New World really fell off.
Yeah.
We'll jump back into it when they finally allow you to go above level 60 and there's new areas, I'm sure, but yeah, I don't know. I downloaded Fallout 4 and then immediately removed it
Oh
because it's
yeah.
like, are you really going to sit and play this? And I have to be so particular with the space on my computer that I was like,
yeah. That's a big one.
nah, finish, put on some classics. Like Civ is always one that I'm like, I don't feel like thinking. I'll play a Civ game. And
Yeah.
it's just so like muscle memory at this point that, yeah, and it's just super casual. And then beyond that, it's like, okay, there's these other games I need to actually finish. I'm waiting for like that nice release of Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah.
I know I want to play the Shredder's Revenge, the new retro side scroller Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. There's some ones coming up that I'm like, all right, let's finish up what I got and kind of go from there. But
nice.
Yeah, that was a good movie talk, mostly just video games. But yeah, no movie stuff I can really think of. I'll get back on track with watching things soon enough. I haven't even really been watching any particular show other than Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. I guess that's been my go-to thing to watch lately.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty good. You have to be into it, though.
Yeah. I'm just finishing up The Mighty Boosh. Been watching that with Kristen. And,
what is that on?
Hulu.
See, that's the thing. I have access to a Hulu, but it's Hulu with ads. And I can't believe how much I just hate ads.
They're so dumb now.
It ruins like shows for me now.
Dude, I actually saw a good ad, a good commercial. It wasn't an ad on the internet. It was actually a good commercial. It was like the Space Odyssey theme. It was like that, and it started out like you hear it, but then as it started building, you heard it was like really shitty, and then it showed it was like a bunch of kids playing it, and it was like a car commercial, and the lady was in the car and she just rolled up her windows and it was like completely silent. So it's like, when the shitty, like it's totally silent inside when there's shitty kids playing music outside, basically. But it was funny. The Space Odyssey theme, all shitty. I was like, that's comedy. That's good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm into that. That's pretty straightforward. Like, yes, I don't want to hear shitty kids.
Yeah, that's fun.
Cool.
But no, I hate internet ads. They're all so dumb because they try to because they think they're appealing to internet people, and I hate.
Isn't it
internet.
Wacky? I wish, it was a little more like, are you hungry? Go to McDonald's. There's a deal to get 3 burgers.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You got my attention. Yeah, I do want cheeseburger.
It's like, hey, do you want to eat a beef muffin into your face?
Yes. Anyway, but there's some good stuff on Hulu that I want to get to. They're working on a new Alien series that's like takes place in the universe. I'm like, fuck. Because I love those movies, and I'm like, I'm going to have to watch that, but it's on fucking Hulu, and there's already too much money getting thrown at all these different subscription services.
That's insane.
And it's like, I'll say that if I had to pick only one, I'd be like HBO Max. I love HBO.
Yep.
And then it's like, I already have Amazon because I get Amazon Prime for other things. So it's kind of just like, there you go. Like Netflix is
covers a lot.
Who cares?
Nothing good anymore. Yeah. Well, not much.
Well, and
there's a few.
It's kind of the standard thing now that people expect is it's like, oh, Netflix made a new show that I'm into. They're gonna cancel it.
Yeah.
After a season or two. Like they don't finish shit.
Nope.
So it's like, why would I get invested in this? Like that is kind of my MO on a lot of things now, especially shows. It's like people have to be like overwhelmingly talking about it, and it's like in the zeitgeist. So it's like a Game of Thrones or whatever. Like, I want to know what the fuck people are talking about every week. Or I just wait for it to finish. And then I'm like, okay, how long is this? It's 4 seasons. It's a fans of it said it has a satisfying story arc. I'll start it.
I'll try it. Yeah.
But it's just like one I'm trying to stay on with is Raised by Wolves, which speaking of an alien type thing, it's produced by Ridley Scott, who, if you don't know, directed the first Alien movie, and then he came back and did Prometheus and Alien Covenant. And he did a lot of weird, goofy shit with Prometheus and Alien Covenant. That's like, I'm not super into it, but I like those movies anyways. But just what they did to the alien itself and like where the alien comes from and what it is. But a lot of people have speculated that Raised by Wolves is in the same universe, or like it's like a cousin show, that it's like a lot of the same elements and concepts, but it's not necessarily attached to it. I don't know. But started season 2 and it's already doing that Lost bullshit where it's just throwing so many new, like, what was that? I wonder what that is. Like, and just things just conveniently happen. Like, they're getting chased. And, the ocean's acidic. It killed the guys that were chasing them. Okay, the ocean's acidic. What? How do they get water? Like, it's all kinds of weird shit like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to be following this and then get into like season 4 and I'm like, no, see, you got to put it all together. What it really is it's a dream. Or like some bullshit. Like, I hate that stuff now.
For real.
I'd rather, another show I would need to watch that I think has fallen off a little bit, but it's like The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Like 1950s stand-up comedy show.
Yeah.
Or about it. And that's kind of what I like. It's like, unless it's going to be like amazing sci-fi or horror or something, just tell me the story of a Jewish woman in the 1950s.
Yeah.
Trying to do comedy. I'm good with that. Because it's like, I'm not going to be like, what does it mean? Like, what are they going to do to it? And like, I don't know, just day in the life kind of stuff. And anyway, let's do this day in history and wrap this thing up.
That sounds good.
All
right. Well, happy birthday, Buddha, in Japan. So Japanese celebrates the birth of Buddha today.
Started in India, huge in
China.
But Japanese celebrate his birthday today. I wonder how much there's a difference between the countries as far as the date. Because isn't like Thanksgiving or whatever it is, or Easter, maybe not Easter. Like Canada celebrates on different days for certain things. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, sure. Well, it's Betty Ford's birthday. Woo.
Betty Ford Clinic, which I don't know how I feel about her. I don't know a lot. What do you think?
I'm not sure either. I just that's the only name I recognize on the birthday list.
All right, I'll give it a
Yes.
All right. So then the fiscal year for Canada in 1952, their revenue was 4,279,000,000, and their expenditure was 4,270,000,000. So look at that. They made more money than they spent in 1952. Go Canada.
Okay.
All right, 2013, Margaret Thatcher died. The UK agrees with you. The first episode of Twin Peaks aired.
In
1990. Ooh, yeah. And the last episode of All in the Family aired.
We still don't have a sad one.
Oh.
That was a pretty good show. I don't know it very well, but I do know the effect it had on the culture, as they say. We'll give it a yeah.
There you go. Baseball player Hank Aaron
Hank
hit.
Aaron.
I don't know why I wanted to say Aaron so bad.
It's Aaron. Yeah, Hank Aaron.
He hit his 715th career home run, breaking Babe Ruth's record.
Yep. Oh wow!
Yeah, that's him hitting the baseball.
And he got 30 more before he retired.
Yeah.
Pablo Picasso died.
Yeah, we need a
1973. Yeah.
Guy was kind of an ass in some ways.
He was several asses, all random spots on a body.
Yeah, some of his people.
Daddy, chill.
Just calm down.
Yep.
I think he was the one that notoriously went around with a gun loaded with blanks and would just fire it at people that were like his assistants or something. Like he was just a prick.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
But cool artist.
Indeed. The Venus de Milo was found and repieced together to be on display in the Louvre. The 17th Amendment was ratified. What?
What's 17?
Direct election of U.S. senators by voters of the states. So
yeah. 16th is the major one, right? I don't know.
18.
18.
I think. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's all of them.
No classical music this time?
I know, right? That's what I was thinking.
Well, all right.
I'll see. I don't see any. I can hit see more, but I'm not seeing any.
No, I just in my head there, I was like, do we just start making a list of just classical music to play underneath each one of these? But then it's like, if we come across one who passed away or whatever, then we have to switch in the middle anyways. And
see, this one's Donizetti, and that's like an old opera composer. We don't want to listen to that.
Wow, dude.
All righty. Well, let's just wrap it up there.
That sounds good.
Probably call this one Butter the Muffin, don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah. I kind of took over today.
Indeed.
All right. Well, with that, y'all have a good one. Also, I keep forgetting this day in history is April 8th, 2022.
Yeah.
And we're recording on a Friday. So that was this
Indeed.
day in history. All right, cool. We'll talk to you next time.
See you next time.
Ta-ta!
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Jacob Wayne Show. If you would like to contact us, please write us at fakoshka@gmail.com. That is FAKOSHKA@gmail.com. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. Simply search The Jacob Wayne Show and it should pop right up. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave a review and share this podcast with your friends. Please write us. It helps add content to the show and makes the show even better for you, the listener. Thanks for tuning in.